Hello everyone, it's Sunday. That means it's almost no. It's Let's Talk EV time, and I try to do that almost every Sunday at 7:15 p.m. And thanks everyone for being here. Grow M is here, Whittaker is here, amazing 20 people. That's the stuff. Today's main topic is Cindy and I took a holiday trip to London, got a bit of story time and about electric cars, what I've seen and stuff. Go through a bit of news and then what happened the channel last week, which is not a lot since I was gone for 4 days, and what's gonna happen soon. Oh, I'm totally red because I hit my nose in a museum on a glass thing. God, really? Ow. Still hurts. Had a good time recharging your own batteries. No, it was stressful, as every holiday is stressful, but we're gonna get to that. It's even more stressful for me for a few reasons. But let's go through some news. I only have three things, and and then we talk about it. First, EMPW has new 5 charging hubs in Germany, which is amazing. In Ingolstadt, in Mitterteich, Dorfberg, Bensheim, together 84 high power charging points. So not chargers, most likely it's always the 400 kilowatt charger, hypercharger, but twice. Don't touch the items in the museum. I didn't touch the item, I touched the glass by mistake, and I paid for it. And I would like to see an EMBW map where all the chargers are, but I haven't got it. Polestar wants to go into good numbers, and they want to build the Polestar 7, which most likely be SUV, I think. Also in Europe, which would be amazing. This is just a tiny bit of news. And the last thing is, Tesla is already offering discounts on the Cybertruck, but there's a catch. What's the catch? Do not appear to be eligible for it. Oh, in the States now have a incentive, 7,500 federal purchase incentive, but this discount by 2,630 dollars is not eligible for this, so it doesn't make any sense. If you personally qualify for the federal tax credit, we'll still recommend ordering a new Cybertruck. Oh, interesting. That's all the news I have. There's nothing. Doesn't have pinch to zoom with your face. That's true. I couldn't do this. Yeah, but let's go to the main topic. Cindy and I took a trip to the UK. Now, before I start, there are a few things you need to know, and which also explains other things. In March, Instantly are opening a charging station with 44 ultra-fast base just out of Winchester. That's awesome. Yeah, so I'm not a friend of flying. I have a gigantic phobia with it, and it's not that I think the plane is going down and I'm gonna die. It's when the plane does this. The feeling I get in my body is so horrific that I hate it so much, and that's why I hate flying. I don't want to do it, and that's why I haven't been flying for a while. Last time was to Nice for the Kia EV9, and before that it was ID7 in Spain, and I'm not planning to do this in, in the next future. And Cindy always tells me, come on, you fly for work. I know you don't like it and you're afraid of it, but you fly for work, you can fly for me. And I couldn't say she's totally right. And so for a while she was, you want to go there, you want to go here, and we talked about it. Then we settled, let's go to London for 4 days. And she planned everything, and she had ideas what to do and how to get there. She got the hotel, she got the flight and everything. I got the parking at the airport. You are flapping your arms fast enough if the plane keeps dropping. Yeah. No, it's really horrible for me. So 3 days before the departure, I'm getting nervous and can't sleep, and I'm getting panic. I'm not having a panic attack or something, but it's close. And so I always get pills from the doctor, In the States, you would say it's Xanax, but it doesn't. It's not. I guess it's not that strong because I'm not panicking, but I'm still not relaxed in any way. When I went home from Canada, we lived in Canada for 6 months. I took 3 sleeping pills before and during, and this was the only time where I didn't notice the flight, and it was amazing. But afterwards, of course, I was out and not really there. And if you fly just 100 minutes to London and 90 minutes back, it's just not an option. Or when I go for work to film a car, it's also not an option that I get there and I'm like this. I think they should put him in a cell with padded wallpaper for driving a Cybertruck. Awful thing. Huh? I don't get it. So Cindy planned the trip. What we did is on Wednesday we drove with on Thursday we brought all our dogs, our 3 dogs, 2 girls and 1 boy, to my parents. Wrote a big paper, so I printed it because I didn't wanna to just fly cargo. I mean, I would have preferred driving 12 hours to London than flying for 90 minutes. I know it's stupid, I know it's irrational, it's fine and everything, but still I just don't like it. I don't like it, I mean it's making me panic. I don't want to feel that way at all. So I try to minimize my flying as much as possible and to not do it at all. So if there would be an event in the next few months and I have to fly, I won't go. I didn't go to Mallorca when the whole GTX cars came out. I didn't do that. A big reason was flying and other stuff. But okay, so on Tuesday we brought our dogs to my parents. I printed out all the things they have to do because they're both over 70 and yes, they're old and they're rarely there. The last time they were there was last year in March when we went for 2 days to Netherlands. Could you have gone on a train? I looked, it would have been also 12 hours and cost a fortune. Yeah, we have to talk about the plane and the price because there's something not right. It can't be like that. It's not good. I could have gone by train. I would have gone. I saw the way. It was like 350 euros. You go by train from Passau to Munich, from Munich to Stuttgart, I think, from Stuttgart to Paris, and then from Paris to London. That would have been the way. Driving would have been also 12 hours, but being in London for 4 days and seeing the traffic go the right way, I would have never been able to drive in the UK because I was confused the whole time. Means for 47 years I have driven on the right side of the road and looked a certain way when I went over the road, and now it was complete opposite. It was so confusing to me. If it would be on a highway or on a country road, no problem, but in the city I would have never been able to drive without being so stressed out of, my God, where did I go? What is this? So if I would have driven there, I would have parked the car outside of London and left it there or something. Because no, that would have resulted in something bad. But so of course I didn't sleep from Tuesday to Wednesday. I barely slept an hour or so, way too nervous and everything. Got up at, when did we get up? 5 a.m. Drove to the airport in Nuremberg. That is around 2.5 hours, and it starts already amazing. Of course, the weather said it's amazing weather here and amazing weather in London. So warm, no rain, no snow, really nice. And of course, on Wednesday morning when we wanted to go, it started to snow, but not in a big deal, but I couldn't drive extremely fast. So 120, 130 was the limit, and it wasn't too long, it was fine. But it took us longer to go, And in Regensburg, the way, so we have to go from Passau to Regensburg and then on to Nuremberg, and then after Nuremberg there's the airport. In Regensburg was a gigantic accident on both sides of the highway were closed in the morning, so we had to get off. That took way longer. We drove extremely early. Our plane left at 10:20. It takes usually 2 hours, 15 minutes to get to the airport. And you want to be there 1.5 hours earlier. But we left at 6:25. So 4 hours before the train, before the plane should leave, and 2 hours 10 minutes. So we should be there 1 hour 45 minutes before departure, no problem. But then because of the snow, drove a bit slower. Then the accident, we had to get off the highway. Then it's amazing with Cindy. As told last week, she broke her hand, her wrist on the left side. Sorry. And so she can do a lot of things. One of it is when she has to pee to get the pants down, and she had to pee on the way there to get to the airport. Sorry, I need tissue here. And so we stopped at a highway. Thank you. We stopped at a highway parking where there were toilets, and we went outside, and it wasn't the normal toilets. Normal is a house with a lot of toilets, and then we can go in together, and I can help her. No, it was under construction, and there were temporary, not, what is it, the potties? What's the name? Potty, whatever. I don't know the name right now. You know. And there was the normal ones were way too small for her, but there was a disabled one, and she's, not really disabled, but she needs help. And so we went in there, and I couldn't close the door properly. It was a bit stuck, but I made it and then locked it, helped her and everything. And then, okay, we're done. Let's go out. And there was no handle. So I unlocked it, and you know how a door works. It has this little thing that when you put the handle down, it goes out, so you can open the door. There was no handle, and so I ran against it. I kicked against it for 5 minutes. We were freaking out. We're late. Because of the traffic jam in Regensburg and the detour and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, how the hell do we get out? So hammered and screamed, and then someone opened the door, and we're like, oh my God, thank you so much. This is horrible. I have if this toilet stays that way, and a disabled person will go use the toilet at 2 a.m. and there's nobody there, they can't get out. This is horrible. I don't know what the hell. So how can you have a toilet there that doesn't have a handle inside? That was freaking us out. So we went on. We got to the airport 9 something. I think 5 minutes after 9. I did paid for the parking, and I had to put in the license plate. So I thought the camera will see this is your license plate, go in and fine. But no, it didn't work. So I had to use the phone. And nowadays it's just so amazing with phones. That everything is in your Apple Pay or Google Pay in the wallet. Everything's in there, and I had the flight in there, I had the parking in there, I had the Stansted Express to get from Stansted to London. Everything was in there, so no problem at all. Cindy had her phones, and she could have the same stuff in there if anything's happened. But of course we had our credit cards to be sure, and but I had to scan QR code to get into parking, and the parking was far away. Of course, there's parking very close to the airport. Nuremberg Airport is really small, but the one that's close for the 4 days was like 100 euros, and the one I chose 700 meters away, which is okay, was 44 euros for 4 days. So from Wednesday to Saturday. But okay, and then so we walked, and for whatever reason that morning everything was ice. Nobody salted the whole way to get from the parking to the departure was all ice. Only the street had salt on it and was fine, so we had to walk on the street. And Cindy, with one arm, she had her arms like this. She used the jacket so the arm doesn't move because she cannot use her left arm. She can't fall. If she falls on it, I don't know what happens to the bone that's already broken. So I had to hold her. We had two bags. We didn't have a suitcase. We were all smart and only had our backpack and put everything in there for 4 days. We had our fluids in little bags and everything. Sounds like a health and safety nightmare, yes. So we went to the departure. We didn't have to check in because we could do that before. And we get to the flight. We flew with Ryanair. And as everyone who hears that, all my life I flew only with Lufthansa and Air Canada. So to Canada was always Air Canada. I flew to Canada once, twice, 3, 4 times. And the other stuff, I flew to Lisbon once, to Spain, Alicante, to Nice. I think that's it. And everything was with Lufthansa. And it was the first time flying with Ryanair, and everybody has, like I said, the same thing. Oh, it's all cheap, it's all crap, the plane's gonna crash down, that nobody is doing anything in there. But it was totally fine. I have to say, props to Ryanair. The flight, this is something I don't get, cost 88 euros. For 88 euros, Cindy and I flew from Nuremberg to London, Stansted, and back 4 days later. So each flight for each person was 22 euros. I don't get that, how you're making money with this. And Cindy didn't buy it last day where they knew nobody's gonna fly. At least we get some money. She booked it, I don't know, November, something like this, so 2 months before. But fine, we didn't have to check in because everything's done with the app. We just went through security, which was done in no time. It wasn't busy. Nuremberg airport is really small. The price of flights is insanely cheap compared to literally any other form of transport. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, if I drove with Hank, it would have cost me way more with electricity. Way more, but I would have liked it better, and I would have seen something. Adventure. But of course I would have been exhausting, but this way I was exhausted as well because I didn't sleep before. I was stressed out and everything, but fine. So Nuremberg airport, really nice, small. Security was done really. There are not too many gates. I still remember A127, no tax on kerosene. We didn't have no tax on kerosene, really. We didn't have to wait too long to get in. We just scan the passport and you scan your thing, and then we were non-priority. And then into the plane, even though you can pay for extra bag, you can pay if you want a special seat. We said no, if we don't have to. Cindy is a cheapskate. It's cheaper to book in advance, price rises nearer time, even with seats left. Huh, interesting, I didn't know that, thank you. She did all of this. Like I said, I wouldn't care if the plane ride would have cost 300 euros. I just want to fly in a normal way, safe and happy. At the price, I don't care. And Cindy is all, ooh, I can make it cheaper here and whatever. That's her thing. And so we went 1.5 hours before we started. I took my first pill to calm down, and then 45 minutes before takeoff, I took my second one. What is the name? Tavor something, Tavor, something like this. It's like Xanax, like I said, but it reacts faster, but then shorter, something like this. I can't remember. I took it on every flight since Spain. So with the ID7 in March of 23? 22? I think 23. Yeah. And so we went on the plane. We were lucky. You can pay for a special seat. We just said, give us a random seat, and if we don't sit beside each other, it's fine. But we were lucky. We got a seat beside each other, 10A and 10B. And by the way, the same seats on the way back, 10A and 10B, which is interesting. Of course, the gate and everything, you have to walk out to the plane. That's fine. I don't care. We didn't have any special bags. Nothing had to be declared. Used to think driving in SA was stressful. After driving in London, it's like every day is Sunday. After London, I can even drive in Istanbul on the E5, and it's not that bad. Yeah, it was. I get to this when we did the hop on, hop off. That bus driver was driving, and it was this close to everything, to a bike, to another car, to another bus. Oh my God. There was interesting. But we flew, I think 10:20 was the departure time, but some name it a chill pill. Yeah, if it would really chill me out to totally like this, that would have been amazing, but I'm just not panicking. I'm still extremely nervous and oh my God, this is happening. I don't want it. I'm enclosed in this metal thing. I can't get out, even though it's only 100 minutes. We flew off at 10:50. Of course, the seats are not as comfortable. There's no service, but there were three flight attendants there. They were all extremely nice. No TV or anything. Hello, why would you have a TV for a 100-minute flight? It was fine. Weather in Nuremberg at the time was foggy, and the same in London. And I'm watching in delay again. Oh, I'm so sorry. But the plane ride was amazing. It never did that thing once. If we had tiny bit of turbulence, totally fine. I'm okay with turbulence. I'm okay with going up. I'm okay with slow going down. My thing is if it goes down fast. And I don't know how many flights, and they were all great. A few had a few of those, but one flight from Munich to Toronto had it for 10 minutes, always going down like this, crazy. And since then, I'm panicking. Before that, I flew a few times and I was okay with it. And then when this happened, since then, I'm like, if this ever happens again, I'm in this thing, I can't get out, it's horrible. Since then, I'm panicking. But flight was perfect, was fine. If flight is of course shorter, the time 10:20 to then 11 something. 9. No, we started at 10:20. It's fine. First there's the time change in London, an hour back. We landed nicely. We got the Stansted Express, so we landed in Stansted. Did you survive? Who knows? We landed in Stansted, got the Stansted Express, a train that gets you from the airport there, costs 40 something euros there and back for two people. I think 50. Can't remember. Was it 80? I think it was 80 euros. So the plane is 80 euros, the parking was 44 euros, and to get to London was 80 euros. So there and back, of course, everything. Transatlantic always suffer with turbulence. On the way to Chicago many years ago, it was like a white knuckle route roller coaster. Oh God, I hate that so much, and I can't deal with it. It freaks me out. That's why I don't want to fly if I don't have to, and even then I don't want to. And but luckily it was an okay flight. So not okay, it was a great flight. Was nothing happening. We landed amazing. Went into the train. With the train, takes 45 minutes to get into the city. Then we were lucky with the weather. On the first day it was like 10 degrees. We walked around. I have pictures for you. Where are my pictures so you can see? I wanted to show you that. There we go. Can we do this full screen? Yes, we can. Where are we? There's the plane. Turbulence is like getting twice the benefit. Flight and roller coaster ride in one. Yeah, if I would be okay with a roller coaster, a plane would not be any problem with me. But even on a swing, if it's a strong descent, I'm freaking out. There was our plane. You go off the gate and then you have to walk in. We had to go in front because we were around here, 10A. Then this is Cindy's arms. She wanted to keep her hand clean so it doesn't get extremely dirty, because washing a hand is really hard when you can't move your hand. So her hand is broken, her wrist is broken around here. In tune with the world of EVs, but there are definitely many more. On British TV right now, and so she cannot move her hands at all. So the flight, like I said, was nice. There she is, my beautiful wife, and it looks amazing up there. I love the view. It's just, if it wouldn't go down all the time. We landed here in Stansted, that the UK border, where a camera is filming you. You put the passport in and you had to take the glasses off so they can see you. Nobody was there, so not a person. Then we rode the Stansted Express into the city, and this is then our first feet on the ground in London, which... Is this I thought, no, I thought it was a tower scan. And it was really comfy. This is already in the evening. Or was this in the morning? Can't remember. I think this is from the hotel in the evening. But on the first day, we went shopping, so food, so we have something to drink. And what else did we do? We walked around a bit and looked around a bit and planned a bit, because we arrived a bit later. But we were up for some time. What did we do on the first day? I don't remember. We didn't do too much. We walked a bit, and it takes a while from the airport to get to your hotel and then check in, unpack everything. Great that you came to our neck of the woods. Yes. And that was the hotel. That's already next morning breakfast. I slept amazing because plane was over. We went to bed, I think at 9 or so. I fell asleep right away. I didn't see any, I don't know if it's BYD buses, but most of the buses, it said I'm electric, and the same for DHL, DPD, all of those things in the city. Everything was electric. Hop on, hop off was not electric. And I've never seen so many electric cars in my life. I was in Copenhagen, and there was way less electric cars. It felt like every fourth or fifth car was an electric car. I've seen different cars that I'm used to see here. So they're rarely a Renault Zoe, rarely Hyundai Kona, a few Volkswagen ID3s, not too many. ID4, okay number. Skoda Enyaq, not too many. A lot of Tesla Model Y, Model 3. I would say more Model 3 than Y. Rarely S and X. A lot of Taycans. So here in the area, I see maybe one or two, if even, and there I saw every day a few. So a lot of Taycans. And the car I have seen, what I noticed a lot was a Mercedes EQE. All the time I saw that car. Very interesting. And it was extremely quiet, since most of the cars were electric or hybrid. The only thing that was loud in the city were motorbikes, and they were on purpose. You could hear them the whole time. So there was nothing, or an ambulance or police or something. That's the only thing you heard. Just placed an order for 3,500 vans, bringing numbers up to 8,000. Woohoo! Up. Yep. London so rich, Norway too. But that was amazing. So breakfast was okay. It's so different. So we have to go to the hotel room first. Cindy got the hotel room, and it was a Holiday Inn in Earl's Grey, a part of London. Was totally fine. We were so lucky. We were on the top floor, on the far end of the hotel. So there was no one above us. There was no one on this side and on this side. There was only one room on this side, and I think there was nobody there. And since we were at the end, and there were only the stairs in that area, and everyone is using the elevator, but we walked the stairs because we want to walk a bit. don't want to get too fat. It was extremely quiet in that hotel. There was air conditioning even in the winter. So if we put it on cold, it got cold in the room and really fast. It wasn't a penthouse. It was just a normal room. It was totally fine. We got 2 separate beds for the reason Cindy knew that maybe I can't sleep or I sleep horrible because I like to sleep at home. I'm not good in a hotel sleeping. And then I turn a lot. And a lot of times beds in hotels are bouncy, and if one person is moving, then the other one is moving too, and then the other person can't sleep. That's why we did it like this. Don't have to pay a lot of money when driving into London with a nice car. City tax. I have no idea. I have no idea. And then next morning breakfast was at 7. And interestingly, British breakfast at a hotel is different than in Germany or other areas that have been. There was no Aufschnitt. I don't know what that is, or cheese. It was the typical bacon, eggs, sausage, beans, and then what we eat as vegans, because there's never vegan food, bread with jam she had Weetabix or what, Max or whatever that's called, but they had soy milk and oat milk. It was fine, and it was okay. The coffee wasn't the best, but Cindy hated the coffee. I was okay with it. It was fine, and a bit of orange juice. Weetabix? I can't remember. Then on the second day, so we went to the Natural History Museum to see dinosaurs, because all my life, I think only once I have seen a real dinosaur bones, and I'm very interested in dinosaurs. That's my thing. And this is the Natural Museum of History, and it's beautiful. Horrible entrance. You're right in front. It doesn't say anywhere where you have to go, but you have to go all the way around to get in. We took the bus to get there. And by the way, this is also amazing, the whole London public transport is all extremely easy and very amazing. Today to drive. Weetabix, thank you. It's very easy. Oh, who's there? Is there a dog? It's a dog. Hey, Rudy. What are you doing here? You okay? With my baby. Yes. Go to your spot. Careful. Go to your spot. No, don't want to. So, to get around London, there's so many ways. There's the tube goes everywhere. And then there's bus. And how you get in, it's very easy. You need something to pay, and they have the Oyster card or something. Then you can do credit card, or like I did, I used my phone. I used a Google Wallet to GPay, and you just, if you want to get in, sometimes the doors are open, but still you do beep and you get in, but you can only do one person, so you cannot pay for 2 people with one credit card. The other person has to use a different credit card, a different kind of payment. We didn't know that, but we found out the first time right away. And so when you get into your area where you want to use a train, and then when you get out, you have to do it again, and then they know how much you have to pay. What zones did you drive? How long did you take? And all of this. And of course, this is in every time you go underground or on a bus or anything. Everything's done like that, and it's very easy, very fast. You have to go down a lot. We had a few escalators. There's a picture in there that was so steep. The escalators, I'm pretty sure this was 45 degrees. Up, it's fine, but down, when you go down and your head is saying you're going straight, but you're going down in a 45-degree angle, and then you see the bottom floor, which is straight, but going 45 degrees the other direction, I couldn't walk. I had to stay like this. Cindy walked down. He was da, 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 and I was, oh my God, I've never had something this steep going down. That was hard. That was it. There you go, my baby. Just a little visit. But But it's extremely easy to do that. And to find your thing is so easy. Google Maps right now, I have to do a shout out. Google Maps right now, I know I use Google Maps when I go somewhere. So driving or walking somewhere. But Google Maps, I've never used it in a city, and it's amazing. So when I'm here and I want to go there, and I say train, it tells me you walk 3 minutes to this station, take this train for four stops, then you go to the next train line, go for 3 stops, and then you have to walk 5 minutes to get to your destination. It's amazing. It says the time, when the train is leaving, if it's delayed. When you're in the train, it even tells you you still have 3 stops. It's awesome. I really loved it. It was amazing. Sometimes internet connection was gone or GPS, but wow, as a really impressive. Without Google Maps, we would have to have a map of all the lines, and then to know where they're going and everything, and where do we have to go, and this was just where do I have to go, and then it tells you if you take this route with those trains, it takes 38 minutes. With this, 42. If you want a bus and a train, it's this long. And then you just do it. That's all what we did. It was so freaking easy. It's amazing. I was astounded how amazing it was. And again, how the public transport in London works. We just boop, go in, and then in Google Maps it tells you use the district line in South Kensington, platform 2. And then you have to go in direction here, and you have to get off at Embankment, and I don't know what. So we were just going down. Oh, platform 2, train come. There's a train every 2 or the lesser thing every 4 minutes or so. It was only one time really crowded where Cindy couldn't sit and she can't stand and hold on with her arm with just one hand, but very fast there was room. And then also they made space for her. It was always nice in there. One thing, on the second day, or no, on the third day, on Friday, we get to the pictures. We took a lot of underground train, rode with the hop-on, hop-off bus that drove really fast in the city and bumpy, and then again train, and we both, when we were standing straight, we were still doing this, because the train, the underground train, is extremely shaky. It feels extremely fast, and a lot of corners and everything, and you don't see anything. You just move around and you don't know why, and really fast. It feels like it's going 100 miles down there, miles an hour. I'm sure it doesn't, but still. But this is the first day. We went to the Natural History Museum. We went to 3 museums, and all of those were for free. You can donate if you want, but the museum is for free. What we noticed in the National History Museum and in the British Museum, for whatever reason, it's extremely dark in there. The Natural History Museum was on the edge. The British Museum, we get to some pictures, was so dark we couldn't even read the things what you see right now. I had to get out my phone and put the flashlight on to see something. I don't know why this is happening. But here we went in this. Look at this beautiful, the entrance is amazing. They didn't search us or anything. It was all fine. And here we have some real dinosaur bones that they found. Not 100% is real. Some has to be placed in. I found Google Maps is worse than it used to be. Last 2 times it used it for a highway. It said there's a closed highway, but it was not both times. But this is all about data, what people are giving. I saw that on the train. It asked me on every train, do you want to answer questions about this train? And I said yes. And it says, is it crowded right now? Is there a camera filming you? Do you feel secure? And other things. It was really nice. I loved it. Yeah, real. I think this is a baby T-Rex, because T-Rex should be. It's dark because they forgot to put money in the electricity meter. Really weird. See, it looks amazing there. But a really nice museum. But even now you can see how dark it is. How would you see detail if you want to see details of this bone structure? This is with my Google Pixel, which really works well in the dark, but they don't want to have light in there. I don't know if I took a picture of the one where you couldn't see anything at all. So the only light thing is here. This is the middle area. You come in here, and then before, back in the day, there was this gigantic dinosaur in there, but they moved it. Now it's the bones of a blue whale. Am I right? I think so. And then you can go to different area. Dinosaurs were in this area, and then there's animals right now and people, and I don't know all of this stuff, but I was only interested in the dinosaurs. We're only in there for like 60-70 minutes because the dinosaur part wasn't, I think they call it mood lighting, but it's very mood. It's a beautiful building, looks amazing. Hey, I have no idea where we went there. This looks like bus again. Yeah, this is the bus. I think we went to the vegan buffet. Oh, at the first day we were at a vegan restaurant that was very, very close to us. And even though it says it should be open, it was closed, and even on the from UV damage. But then take lights that don't have UV. And why is it the same in the British Museum? Can you get light that does that? So vampires can go there too. Maybe not applicable to dinosaurs bones though. No idea, but it was darker in the British Museum where you couldn't see anything. What was I saying? First night we went to a vegan restaurant that was closed, even though it should have been open. And we went to another one, which was horrible. And Cindy said, "There's nothing on the menu I like." And I said, "Yeah, then we go." But she felt uncomfortable, so we ordered something. It was expensive and it wasn't good. It was so dry. It was horrible food. We went to a Tesco store before or afterwards, I can't remember, and got a bit of treats and stuff and yogurts. I live in London. You're right about the underground. Unfortunately, it needs massive investment, but the only real time they can work without huge disruption is in the evenings on national holidays. I didn't have any disruptions. It worked really well. I was the times we went, we were so lucky it wasn't busy. This was then bus, and then we were at a vegan buffet. It was awesome. We loved the food so much. This is the escalator. You can't see it. I mean, look at the side here. If this is straight and this is the way up, how steep this is. And up was okay for me, but down was horrible. Then so we went from the, he meant to repairs. Ah, okay. Sorry. Was there anything broken? I couldn't say. Sorry. So we went to Natural History Museum, then we went for food, then we went to the British Museum. This is not a British Museum. We only went to the Egypt thing time. Again, the other stuff just didn't interest me, and I didn't want to spend with 4 days in London. 2 days of those are almost traveling. I didn't want to spend a whole day in a museum. But it was, this is, you couldn't read what you're seeing down here because it was so dark. But real mummies, and there was some gallery with other stuff that looks also amazing. And then the Rosetta Stone, of course. I took close-up pictures so you can see, looks amazing. Look at that. Awesome. And then they have the big statues that they all stole from Egypt. And that's the British Museum from outside. We went there, I think, at 3:30. Museums open at 10 a.m. and they close at 5 p.m., I guess in the winter, because it was not busy at all, both. And for the British Museum, normally you have to book a time, so it's not busy. And when we went there, we were like, how do you get in? And somebody wanted to scan something, and when I tried to scan the QR code, how to get in, it says the next morning. So we asked, and he said, just go in. There's nothing going on. And it was fine. And we went there till 10 minutes before they closed. We were there for an hour and a half or so. it was nice. Then we went back to the hotel. I don't even know if I ate. Um, and then that night, because I slept so well the day before, I couldn't sleep at all. I slept maybe 2 or 3 hours. I hate sleeping in a hotel. It's either too warm, too cold, too bright. The bed is not comfortable. I don't have my pillow. Uh, it, I'm a snowflake. I'm horrible. I know that. I rarely sleep well in a hotel. I just like to be at home. And Cindy sleeps extremely early. I don't, and so I have to be quiet and everything. Next time go to the science museum. Just I know there was the science museum. We looked at the pictures, and I know that there was the Apollo part that went from outer space back, and other things. It looked interesting, but I was like, eh. Now we went somewhere else. What we're gonna see at the end. Then this is already the next morning. Like I said, I barely slept. I was dead. Breakfast, and then we went to get hop on, hop off bus, and there are expensive. Oh my God. 80 pounds, 78 pounds for two people for hop on, hop off bus. That's almost 100 euros for a day. With the cruise or for 24 hours, it costs even more. Um, we went in there the first at a starting thing. We used Big Bus Corporation, and it was freezing in that bus that we were alone. The top was open. You can go up, and then half of it is open, half of it is closed. Has a roof, but it's still open. So we stayed downstairs, but it was so freezing. We were in there with our jackets and hat and gloves, and oh my God, it's so cold. We froze so much, um, and we drove around the route. I couldn't tell you what that is, but of course Big Ben, we drove by there. In the middle of the ride, I think very soon here, we got off the bus because it's not a tourist trap. They all cost that much. There were two routes that were interesting. One was 2.5 hours long. The other was 3.5 hours long. You get headphones. They tell you everything, where you are, what's going on, and if you go off, what you can see here. And it was very interesting. It's just very pricey. So that was a bit unnecessary. And then in the middle of the train ride, even Deutschland ticket for a month is 48 euros. In the middle, we went on the tube and went to our vegan buffet that we were the day before, ate, warmed up, and came back. So we got off Waterloo. I remember that. Went back, and then came back with the bus. And now here we're going over. This must be. Is it Westminster Abbey? Am I right? I'm so bad. And yes, this is where we went back. Oxford Circuit, back to Shepherd's Bush, where our hotel was. And then we came back. Then we saw the Tower Bridge already from for a week bus pass. Might have been a bit more cost effective, but won't have given you all the extra tourist info stuff. And it doesn't go the ways that, it goes where people live and not where you want. Because we went over the Tower Bridge twice, 3 times. No, twice. With the bus. No, 3 times. With the bus, we walked. Then we got off, walked back, looked at the I forgot the name, warship here, and then we drove over with the bus again. I have been to London with English class back then, yes. So this is the hop on, hop off bus, and then you have little thingies where you can plug in your headphones. There are thousands of headphones here in the front, and then you can switch between languages. We still took English because it was the most interesting, and then this is how we got over the Tower Bridge. It was amazing. And then here's the tower. We walked then over. A private companies, they aren't connected to the public transport system at all. No, they're not. HMS Belfast, I think. Thank you. And tower was amazing. Looks awesome. Went over there, walked by here, the Belfast, and you can see the Big Ben and the London Eye. And then we went back on the train, on the bus, and went on for a while. What did we do in the evening? Then we got off Victoria and walked to the Buckingham Palace for 2 minutes because we both didn't care. We just, hey, come on, we're here. We're just a few hundred meters away. Let's go to the Buckingham Palace and say hello. And we did that. We said hello, took 3 pictures, 4 pictures, and then went back to the hotel. That's the hotel. Amazing when it comes to power, by the way. So there's a socket down here, there's a socket here. On the other room. There are 2 power sockets. They're all, of course, 110 volt for Britain. But here are 2 USBs, and all the not this one, but the others on the side here had also each 2 USB-As. And I had the adapter for the English plug and my power supply for the phone, for the Google Pixel, can do 110 volt. Ring the bell and run off. I had the 110 volt too, so I could charge everything. So my phone and my in-ears and everything. And like I said, the bed was extremely bouncy. Wasn't nice. The shower was nice, extremely warm, good pressure, quiet up here, AC and everything. Was enough space for us. This chair is amazing. It even rocks back. That was nice. It was a nice room. TV. It was weird. We are 230 volt country, not 110. Really? Oh. Then I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's Canada. Yeah, we were in Canada too much. We don't even need that. That's true. Sorry. That's true. Yeah, I thought it would be because I'm so used with Canada. I don't have dual power ratings, so Americans don't kill themselves. Yeah, maybe it's that. Sorry. Yeah, here's the socket with USB, and there was a socket down here, and everything can be switched. And for whatever reason, you notice in hotels, you put your card in, so you have power in the room. The TV switched on every time you do that. That was a bit annoying, but it's fine. Then we slept again. I didn't sleep very well because it was Friday and it was the day before flying home. So I was already getting nervous about flying. So King Charles is not one of your viewers? I don't think so. And so Hannah would only be in the bathroom for shavers. We are funny about bathroom electricity safety. Huh. Have been to London Museum, Westminster Abbey Tower, St. Paul's Cathedral. Oh my God. You have been to a lot. I haven't been in any of those. We just saw it from outside. Imperial War Museum, we then went. That was our choice for Friday morning. We said we don't want to do too much because we had to leave to the airport at 11:30. Our flight was at 14:50, but we had to get to Tottenham Hale. There was the Stansted Express that goes to Stansted Airport, and then, of course, if it's extremely busy, you have to get to security. Next time, Charlie Boy pops over with the missus for a pint and packet. What? Not inviting you in. You mean Charles? Oh yeah. So we went this morning. Tunnel under into the Imperial War Museum, a V2 rocket that's in the German Deutsche Museum in Munich as well, but an open one where you can see all the stages because it's more sciencey. A torpedo we have in here, then a little submarine where the person is still underwater. That was very interesting. A lot of German stuff too. Then a Japanese plane that was found in the jungle, I think, 50 years after the war, with British bullets still in the thing. And then from there we went already to the train station. So this is Tottenham Hale. This is where the train is already coming here. That brings us to the airport. This is the train. This is then Stansted Airport, and this is a weird airport. So you get in, it amazing explains everything, a lot of bags, so you can put in your fluids. because now with planes can only be in 100 milliliter fluids, and then as much as fits in 1 liter bag, plastic bags, and each person can only have one bag. And then we went through security, and they didn't even check it. They didn't even want us to put it extra. They said just put the whole bag on the thing, go through, it's fine. We did that. Then it was 2 o'clock, no, 1:30, and we didn't even have a gate where our plane would leave at 14:50, and the gate closes at 14:20, and we didn't even have a gate. But then at some point it was here, there it is, 14:50, Nuremberg, gate 41, go to the gate. We went to the gate, again Ryanair, Cindy with her arm, had to do this the whole time. And that's the plane. Like I said, the seats are not extremely comfortable, but it's fine, it flies. Looks amazing up there. I don't look that worried, but I was. It was fine, Cindy was sleeping. This is already Germany. And it took, so the time from what they say was 14:50 to 7:20, because time change, an hour more, so 95 minutes is the time from here to here. But we left later and we arrived on time, so we only flew maybe 70 minutes, so really fast, amazingly fast. This is already in Nuremberg when we are at the gate, and this is where we're back in Hank. At 5:46 we are in Hank, and it took us till, it says here, we will arrive at home at 8:30, but I drove a bit faster. We didn't charge that much. We arrived with 15% or so. We arrived at 5 minutes after 8. Bond villain with the glove. Totally, I said that too. She's total Bond villain. So it was a nice trip. London is beautiful. Science Museum also has a V2 open for display. Cool. No, it was a nice trip. It was a lot of fun. I put up all our, when we were gone, since we're never gone, I put up all of our security cameras with recording. So if someone would enter the house, it will be recorded, or would be in front of our house, it will be recorded, or so front, back, and inside. When I looked at it a few times, I saw that the door was open at our gate for the garden yard, because we got a package and he brought it up. What else? We got 4 packages or so in the time we were gone. I finally have all the things for the Frank. So last Friday, so 9 days ago, I got the Frank for the ID7, where I will make a video about it. But he forgot a few things. Especially the main thing is the gas pressure spring that holds up the hood. That arrived then a few days later, so when we were gone. And so I want to make the video tomorrow. Tomorrow, Cindy and I have to go to the doctor for her check-up on her broken wrist. If everything is fine, or if she needs an operation or something, how long she has to stay sick, because so far nothing has changed. So in the 2 weeks it has been, well, right now it has been 12 and a half days since it happened. So you got all the chunk for the Frank? Yes. Oh, your IDC got a rare Frank soon. Right now it doesn't. I have to put it in, see how it works, film everything. And it's a sponsored video, so I get paid for the video, and I can keep the Frank. But the thing I'm mostly excited about is the thing. Oh my, the neighbor's baby is crying the whole stream. Oh no, fingers crossed for Cindy. Yeah, hopefully it's fine. You have to go there really in the morning, very early. They have to X-ray her again and see how the bone is healing. But like I said, so far there has been no change. She still can't move a tiny bit. It hurts like hell. It's not nice. We'll see. And her boss is freaking out since she's off for so long, and he never planned that someone could get sick. Who would have thought that someone could get sick? Yeah. Will you put snacks inside? No, I think I put the charging cable in front, and then maybe other stuff that I rarely use that is in the trunk. But I want the trunk to be empty. Maybe even I don't think I will put shopping bags in there. But are they called struts or pistons? I have no idea. We can check. Where is my? Where is my thing? There it is. Frank AT. Let's check it. Where's ID7? There we go. Looks like this. The franc alone is 270 euros. That's a lot of money, but it's this here. And then you can put this in here, and then it holds it up. Look at that. So I just have to put in this thing, and it's done. Aha. And then you have the franc, and then you can put the charging cable in. I got the bag here. I got a second bag down here. That's true. 2 bags. No, it was. Did I get 2 bags or 1 bag? I can't remember. But a lot. And then it goes in here, and then you have your franc. Aha! Charging cable and everything, and holding it up. That's what I want. Did he give me 2 bags? I can't remember. What do we have? No bag. 315 euros. Not the cheapest, but it's gonna. I love having. Yeah, but how do we do it? I need the. Do we have ID7? No, we don't have that yet. I'm sure there's a nice manual there where I have to do it. Having been told, but you need no cable for DC charging. That's true, but sometimes you need AC charging. I don't want it in the rear. Don't forget the light game. It's true. Having been told my ID7 Tourer would not be here until mid to late March, I got a phone call in the week to say it could be ready for delivery in a week or 2. That's nice. Oh no, I was watching the new electro trucker video and missed the beginning of the live streams. Do you know about him? Extremely interesting vlogs. I know about him, but since I'm not interested in trucks, I don't watch it. And it has nothing to do with him, or maybe not even at the truck. I don't watch any other electric content. I watch all other stuff since I'm doing so much. ID3 and Cupra Born won't fit any front, that's true. Gas dampers. Skoda has a buffet at 25th. What buffet? Ah, because of the L-Rock. Yeah, I saw that somewhere. Think you should do a road trip in Hank and drive around the UK. Nope. That was scary. Now desperately pushing for the charger installation. I get that. Okay, let's do a little like game. I liked before the stream even started. I'm already done. If you don't know what that is, well, most of you know it. We all press like at the same time. I'm counting down from 3 to 0. And then we press like on this live stream so we get the number of 23 at least up to 50. Come on, we can do that. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and like. Sorry. I was freezing in the house. I had the heat off for 2 days, and I planned it that it turns off in the morning of the Saturday, but it was still freezing. God, blew my ears out. 34. Can we get to 15? 50. 16 more. Come on. We can do that. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Thank you. 12 more. We're at 38. Electro trucker did drive the e-LKW in the UK. Cool. I saw so many electric things, from bus, trucks, and like I said, cars. So many. It was incredible. It was awesome and really quiet. We were at a few, and what I noticed a lot around Buckingham Palace, it was extremely quiet. Even there were not too many people trying to find the button. Not too many people, and it was Wednesday freezing should stop in my area, and it was nice, no cars and everything. Not a busy area around Buckingham Palace in mid of January of 25 at, time was it? 4 or 5 p.m., something like this. Okay, plans for this week. Like I said, tomorrow I will try the Frank for the ID7. Most likely make the video right away and put it all in. And then on Thursday, ID3 GTX performance is coming, and then video production is starting in a normal way. Finally, range tests and everything is coming. A week after that, I only have it for a week. ID3 Pure is coming, the small battery ID3, the cheapest you can have, but I'm pretty sure it will have a lot of features. It won't be the base one, but it's a small battery with charging when it comes to this. And then February 4th, I look here, I had a schedule here, a calendar here before. I don't have that anymore because it's 2024 and I only got it from work, and since I'm not working there anymore, I don't get it. May 4th and May 5th, I'm going with the ID3 Pure to Hamburg to drive, have a media drive with the Volvo EX90. Looking forward to that. First I get with the ID3 Pure 1600 kilometers. So see how that is. It will gonna be exhausting and a lot. It will have to charge like 8-9 times to get there. And on the way back, I think it's 1.5 hours longer drive than with Hank each way. So 3 hours longer there and back. But it's for a video. Funny. And I get to drive the EX90. Can't wait that. I will try and plan to do a range test with it. A very rough start, but got a lot better. Thank you for listening to the trip. I know story time is always I'm a blah blah blah, but I like this. Okay, you all take care. I don't know if I see you next week. Like I said, I have the ID3 GTX performance. I have to film a lot on that Thursday. I won't do a long distance trip with it because it will be the same as in the GTX, but range test, charging test, cue the why I hate the ID3 Pure video. Nah, I doubt it, but why I wouldn't get it, something like this. You all have a great week. And maybe I see you next week, if not in 2 weeks. Bye. Look at the top.